So for this video, I'm going to show you how to adjust your clutch. Let me back out a little bit here. Okay, and this is going to be the clutch cable right here, and it is a cable, and this is for 22, 12, 11, 71, and SJ30. JB23 has a similar type style, but it adjusts a little bit different. Okay, so here, we have our arm. This going into the transmission here. We have our arm coming down. Okay, then we have our cable, and I've pulled the rubber boot back up off the cable already. And we have our spring, and you have a little barrel here and a little bolt that's kind of rounded out on the end so that it coincides with the barrel. Okay, so you can see we have it all the way adjusted out. This Jimny has just gotten a new clutch, so this is a perfect time for me to show you how to adjust this. Note that if you do the adjustment that I'm about to show you and it feels like the clutch is still not engaging, this may be put on here too far forward, and that's why it's not working. If it's already here and you're trying to, and there's no give to it, it's because it's too far forward. You can see how this one is straight up and down. If it's sitting more this area, whenever you go to put it on originally, then it's too far forward. It's very easy to do since this is a spline and you can slip it on many different ways. So just make sure it's straight. A good idea is to line it up with the frame here on the body. Okay, so we're going to start from here. So here, we can already see we have a ton of play. Okay, so we need to get that tightened down. And for starters, you can use your finger. Later on, you can put a wrench here, some vice grips. I like to use vice grips because they stay tight, but it doesn't really matter. Good idea to do once you're finished. It's also good to grease it up real good, as this end bolt here can get pretty rusty at the very end. Get this tightened down here. Touching on my gloves a little bit. This is kind of an awkward angle, especially with the camera in the way. Okay, so I've screwed it in a little bit here, as you can see. What you're going to listen for is the click. You can hear it there. So I feel like it still needs to go up a couple of more. Just turn it a couple of more. A little bit more. If you get where it's not clicking, that means it's trying to engage and it's too tight and you need to back it off just a little bit. You want to get right before the click. And just a little bit more. And this is a new cable, so I may not end up having to put something on here, but when these, when the threads get a little more rusty on here, you usually do have to put something on this end. Unwind that guy there. Let's see. Let me go back one. So I would consider that to be perfect, because once I turn it one more time, it's already kind of engaged. So I'm going to back it off one more time. And that's exactly where you want. And you're going to see a little bolt protruding through here. If you have a lot going through there, that means this thing is too far forward. And if you don't have it going through there at all, either maybe it's broken off previously or this thing's too far back. Okay, so this is where we should sit. So what I'm going to do now is go up top and test it and make sure that the clutch is engaging properly. Okay, so now I've checked. The clutch is actually engaging properly. And everything feels good here. We're going to go ahead and, let's see if I can get over here, slide this boot right back up on top of that. And then what I like to do is take a little WD-40, just give it a spray, just to keep it lubricated there so it doesn't get all rusty. Nothing crazy. There's nothing else to do here. You can check to make sure these bolts are tight too. I still have to tighten this one. Especially when you do a clutch swap. When you do a clutch swap, I always just take this off or take this out and then reset it all again. I don't like to try to leave things still hooked up because it doesn't work real well that way. But from here, you don't need to put anything else on this. It won't back off. It'll stay just there. This is also going to be great if your clutch feels like it's a little too soft, which is very common. Then you can just go in and tighten it. See, that's perfect. Right before the click. I hope this video has helped you. If you have any questions, please let me know.